Welcome back. So today I'm going to share with you the exciting news and itinerary for our big frontier trip. This is our big one of summer. We'll talk to you about it, bring you along. So tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn, we leave to head out to go up north where we will be dropping our daughter off at camp, and we will continue our grand loop north on what my husband has called the frontier trip. So he will be flying into Denver where we will pick him up on Wednesday night and head north. It is a high-paced itinerary. On our first day, we will be heading out to South Dakota directly from Colorado. And in South Dakota, we'll be heading to Wind Cave, to Custer State Park, to Badlands, the National Forest Service Visitor Center, to Crazy Horse, Mount Rushmore, and from there we will head out towards Devil's Tower in Wyoming. So we'll go out there, we get to see Devil's Tower, we're gonna do some camping out there. We're gonna head north up to Teddy Roosevelt National Park, where I'm very anxious to see the wild horses, and we will spend some extra time in Medora and do some of the very famous Medora sort of activities. And we'll go into the park and do some hiking, and then we'll spend the night in Billings, and then we have a national battlefield tour out in northern Montana, the Battle of Little Bighorn, and we will be riding horseback to take a tour of that battlefield. My husband is very, very excited about this. To me, it sounds like taking a trail ride while maybe listening to a storyteller. I don't know. I'll give you a full review on that because I don't even know quite what to think of it. All of that we were able to cram into, 9 or 10 days. So we had a little bit of extra time. And what do you do when you have a little bit of extra time and you are up in Montana? You go to Yellowstone. That's what you do. You never miss an opportunity to go to Yellowstone, right? After we take our tour of the Battle of Little Bighorn, we will actually be heading to Cody. My husband still hasn't been to Cody, Wyoming, and the Buffalo Bill Museum is one of my favorites, probably my favorite museum in the country. We will be staying in Cody overnight. We'll be exploring that museum a little bit and then heading in to that east entrance of Yellowstone National Park, where we'll be staying 2 nights at Canyon. After that first night, at the painfully early crack of dawn, we will be going on a wildlife safari. It is an all-day, like an 8-hour tour. It specifically is a safari to see the bears and the wolves. I have some different posts on the website, NPS Family Travel, that also shares some links to some of these tours. We are very, very excited about going on this tour. It'll be my second wildlife safari in Yellowstone, so it will be interesting to see if there are any differences. I always enjoy learning from the locals on that tour. They have a lot of insight as to what's going on in the park, and I think it is always very important to hear from the locals, their experiences and their perspective. So after Yellowstone, we will hightail it back to Denver and fly home. And then we have another adventure shortly thereafter. But this is the itinerary of our frontier trip.